3 years into a job that I loved, that paid me really well, God led me to quit. I didn't particularly like his request, so I thought I'd just stick it out and make sure that it was really God leading me to do this. God has a sense of humor. Somehow he managed to shift this job from something I loved to something that was extremely aggravating. I was the business manager and was responsible for reporting to the board each month on the details of our financial situation. This was never a problem until after God led me to quit. A new board member joined at the time and became a thorn in my side. Usually, if a board member had a detailed question about financials, they would ask me ahead of time so that I could prepare. Not this guy. He would wait until the meeting when I had 14 people staring at me to ask questions that I couldn't answer without research. He was on a mission to humiliate me. Then my workload for my own business increased significantly, so I found myself struggling to engage with both. It all became very aggravating. It was so aggravating that I finally said, "All right, Lord, I get it. I'll put in my notice and leave this job that pays me really well to do something I enjoy." But I was still nervous. Considering they paid me so well, I just wasn't sure how I was going to make up the income. I had a mortgage to pay, a wife to take care of. Nevertheless, I put in my notice. Just a few days later, we found out we were pregnant with our first child. Once again, God has a sense of humor. I wasn't laughing, but I'm sure he was. Before Beth and I got married, we had agreed that she would be a stay-at-home mom as soon as we had our first kid. So now I not only needed to replace my income, but her full-time income as well. I had a choice to make. They didn't want me to go, so I could have kept the job, even though I had already put in my notice. And in my own thoughts, it seemed like the right thing to do. But Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Thankfully, I chose to live out this scripture. I trusted what God asked me to do, even though it didn't make sense at the time. There was no indication that I would be able to replace my income, but I took the step. And maybe that's where you are. God's asking you to take a step that isn't very comfortable. Don't lean on your own understanding. Instead, trust the Lord with all your heart. Trust him to take care of your needs, because when you do, he supplies all your needs according to his riches. And guess what? God owns everything. He's mega wealthy. After I quit that job, my business flourished. It replaced my income, Beth's income, and went far beyond that. The business now not only provides for my own family, but for my 2 employees as well. Why? Because I trust in the Lord. When he asks me to do something, I do it, even when it doesn't make sense. To learn more about living in God's promise of wealth, I invite you to enroll in my free video series called God Privilege. Get access today at cadeyoung.com. Also, go ahead and hit the like button, because that'll help this video get out to everybody who needs it. Did you do it? Hit the like button and go get your free video series at cadeyoung.com. And before you go, I want to make sure that we're clear on what Jesus did for you. Jesus gave his life, not just to forgive you, but to free you from sin. He didn't just pay the penalty of your sin. He took your sin away. You're forgiven. You're free. That's who you are when you believe in Jesus Christ. So go ahead and say this with me. Jesus Christ, I believe in you. Thank you for giving your life to save mine. I'm forgiven. I'm free. I dedicate my life to following you. Now let's follow Jesus together. I have more videos coming your way. Be the first to know by subscribing to my email list at cadeyoung.com. We can also stay connected on YouTube, Instagram, Gab, and Telegram. Just search for Pastor Cade. You'll find me there. I'll see you soon.